Hello and welcome to the Pedal Power app presentation. This presentation showcases the concept app and design solution for Pedal Power's route suggestion app. Sit back and relax as you take all the app has to offer. Let's get started. Firstly, to briefly introduce Pedal Power, they are a public benefit organization that is committed to 1. Promoting cycling, 2. Recreational cycling, 3. Development through cycling, and 4. Safe cycling. The goals they have set for the app are providing safe cycling routes, providing navigation through routes, providing members quick and easy access to routes near them, encouraging cycling, and providing safety alerts for cyclists en route. The brief for the Pedal Power cycling app. The main features are route recommendations, user ratings for routes, GPS-enabled navigation, and alerts for safety issues on the route. The app also needs to be accessible on a smartwatch, as the cyclists rarely use their phones while cycling. All this had to be accomplished in 4 weeks with a budget of 300,000 Rand. To accomplish this, the app needs to have a striking design, it needs to be easy to use, it should not be the same as other apps, it should have important features as its competitors with extra functions added. The solution to the problem will meet the user's goals, employ best practices, be unique, and have optimal functionality. The team designated to create the solution will do so through audience research to establish a strong persona, solution research, competitor research, format research, what form will the solution be in, an app or a website, ideation to generate ideas, wireframe and low-tide prototypes that will be tested, tests will be analyzed, and then hi-fi prototypes will be developed and tested again. Through target market research, this persona was established. Ethan is 35 years old, he's an accountant and lives in Cape Town. He wants to find safe cycling routes for his family, but is frustrated by how difficult it is to find routes and some areas of Cape Town becoming unsafe. His favorite brands include Giant and Garmin, among others. When research was conducted, products like Strava, Komoot, Google Maps, and Cyclers were found to be similar to what Pedal Power app will be. The main features that most of these apps was to record routes, map routes, GPS voice navigation, offline maps and navigation, and offer safe cycling routes. Furthermore, apps like Cycle Meter, Bike Map, Ride with GPS, and Training Peaks were found. These apps include some extra features such as analyzing performance, sharing information or routes, fall detection, and logging distance on gear. While these app features are interesting, they are not a necessity. Of all the apps researched, the most common features that was found was the ability to map and plan routes, show routes in the community, sharing routes with friends, GPS and voice navigation that is useful while cycling, offline mode when cycling places without signal or when data runs out, and the ability to share images for a specific route after you have completed it. The less common yet interesting features that some of these apps have are showing the difficulty, elevation, and surface in route preview. Users can make stories about routes after they have completed it to share with friends and other cyclists. Some apps show points of interest along the route. Routes can also be filtered according to bike type. Some apps feature the ability to alert others when there is an emergency. Other apps tell you your stats for the route so far while you are cycling. Other apps log your distance and time spent on specific gear. And some apps geotags photos you take on the route. The most important features that a cycling app needs to have are the ability to map and plan routes, show routes in the community, track and record your route, share route and photos you took of it. The user should be able to rate each route based on scenery, difficulty, safety, etc. The app should have voice-enabled GPS navigation so that cyclists doesn't have to check their phone or watch all the time. There should be an offline mode. When browsing routes, difficulty, surface, elevation, distance, beauty, etc. should be visible. Interesting things to note about the interface design of many of these apps are that they use blue, green and white colors a lot. They use mostly organic and soft-edged shapes. They have a modern look and their interfaces are quite complicated with a lot of options. They also usually have a large map that covers almost the entire screen. The Pedal Power app will have the ability to map and plan routes, show routes in the community, track and record your route. Users can share their route and photos they took of it. Users can also rate routes after they have completed it. The app needs to be GPS and voice navigation enabled. There should be an offline mode available. When browsing routes, users should be able to see route difficulty, surface, elevation, distance and beauty. The app should have a modern look, making use of a lot of white space and rounded shapes. The app should also be compatible with smartwatches and give users the ability to log hazards they encounter on the route. Research was done to decide which format the solution needed to take. The pros and cons of 3 formats were evaluated: website, app, and watch app. And it was decided that the format will be a mobile and smartwatch app. A website didn't make sense, and it was essential to have a smartwatch app, as cyclists will mostly use this while they are cycling. Out of all the competitors, you either have a website, mobile app, and watch app, or just a mobile and watch app. The target audience is younger. That means they will want to use an app and know how to use it instead of using a website. The needs require the product to be portable, and it is difficult to hold a phone while cycling, so having the app on a smartwatch will be very important. Next, media had to be evaluated. A lot of suitable media was found from local photographers and photos that Pedal Power already bought. Now, the design of the solution and its features will be showcased. This is where the app comes to life and all the functionalities and features can be seen. This is the onboarding and home screens. As you can see, routes can be filtered by different metrics such as distance, difficulty, etc. On the home screen, routes can also be browsed on a map. Pedal Power members can use the app for free. There are also an option to join Pedal Power. This will take the user to their website. In the routes section, there are quick filters for casual browsing, as well as a high-level filter that can be used to find more specific routes. Some information and the rating of each route is displayed. The high-level filters are very useful for finding exactly the kind of route the user desires. There are various metrics that can be used. Under the Saved Routes section, quick filters are also included for quickly finding a specific route. All routes users save as favorites will appear in this section. When a user clicks on a route preview opens that shows some important information about the route. Among others, the surface, bicycle type, reviews and hazards are shown. These hazards will show up at the reported location while you are on the route. When the user decided on a route and starts it, the navigation screen will be displayed. This shows a real moving picture of the route as you travel on it. For more accurate navigation and to make sure you're on the right spot, it will also show hazards as they arise. Users can choose from 2 different navigation screens. When the app are in navigation mode, it will be voice enabled, show the next direction, show stats like how fast the user is traveling, show the distance left, and has an option to report hazards along the route. After the route gets completed, the cyclist stats will show up as well as the option to upload photos of the route. Users can also rate routes and view hazards they have reported. In the profile section, settings, watch connection, and a link to the shop is available among other options. Saved routes can also be downloaded for offline use. The app is also compatible on a smartwatch. The interfaces look mostly the same and still show all the important information and buttons. All the stats can be seen when the speed section is dragged upward. Hazards can easily be logged via the user's smartwatch. Here's a video to demonstrate the app's interactivity. As can be seen from the video and previous slides, this app has everything a cyclist needs. If the app gets implemented, the solution should be complete after 3 months. There are 6 milestones in the process to reach. The timeline for the project is shown on the screen. The hi-fi prototype and development will be given the most time to complete. The costs involved are mostly made up out of paying all the designers and developers that will be part of the project. The roles needed to create the solution are a project manager, a lead UX designer, a junior UX designer, an UX researcher, an UI designer, a graphic designer, an iOS developer, an Android developer, and a back-end developer. The total cost when all the roles work a specific number of hours are about 240,000 Rand. The rest of the budget can go to purchasing resources and funding any unforeseen changes or events. Thank you for watching.